All right, good evening, UNI Panthers. We have another Overwatch match tonight. UNI Gold versus remind me of the other team, my colorcaster Brooke. All right, sweet. So UNI Gold versus USD Ruby. UNI ended up getting the first map pick. They picked Busan since they're most comfortable with that. I think the bans were, what was it, Ash and what was the other one?
Oh goodness, Malga.
Yes, Malga and Ash. So we will see how they play on Busan. All right. Looks like UNI comes out on the Zarya, Vendetta, Cassie, Kiri, Wu Yang, while USD Rudy comes out on Genji, Kiri, Reaper, Lucio, JQ. And we will see how the tank gameplay goes here. They're just scrapping away. Their Reaper is going in, uses Wraith early. Shout comes in right away. Genji's in the back line. Goated goes down. There goes Wu Yang. And it looks like UNI is not going to be able to take this first fight. Vendetta does end up securing a Lucio pick on the other team. But all in all, it does not matter this first fight. We immediately have some swaps coming out of UNI. We have Cassidy going to Venture, and then we have Kiri going to Moira here. Now, UNI's going to have a really hard time pushing these stairs purely because they just have a lot of spam damage for that line. Reaper, JQ, and Genji go in. Genji ends up going down for USD. Vendetta finds a kill. UNI trying to find their footing here before they charge in. And Vendetta goes in, just swings away, and melts JQ's health bar. And she's looking for more. Zarya Bubble comes out. Vendetta goes in to secure the kill on Lucio, and he's still, dude, he just wants more. Vendetta literally just wants more. Looks like UNI is able to secure the point here. And now they're going to set up position on the stairs again. Zarya is looking for some charge, looking for some damage. Genji's farming top right. And Genji goes in. Nobody's really punishing him. Kind of ignore him. Zarya's health gets melted there. Vendetta picks up this kill on Lucio. And it looks like UNI is able to secure some more kills. Reaper goes down from Venture. Vendetta Zarya combo is just going off on this enemy team. Vendetta's playing like there's no tomorrow with those Zarya bubbles. And she already has ult. Looks like we're coming up on UNI having almost all 5 ults. And all 5 ults on the enemy team will be up as well. We could just see a Zarya Vendetta combo, but we'll see how much ults come out here. Genji ult comes out from USD Rugby. Rudy finds a kill on Virtual Sin. JQ finds a kill on Zarya, and Wu Yang also goes down. UNI is not going to be able to win this fight. They go to trying to get out his Venture, but he's honestly going to get chased here, but oh, does not matter. He makes it out alive. Looks like UNI only lost their Moira ult, and Rudy also only used their Genji ultimate. Kiri ult comes out early from USD Rudy, and it looks like Wu Yang's going down, and oh, so many ults. Wait, hold on. I got to catch up. Okay. I think I had a little lag on my end there, but we're going to pretend it didn't happen.
We had Reaper Kyriel come from USD Ruby, and then only a Wu Yang ult come from UNI.
Okay, yeah, you know, that's it. Oh, Zarya ult comes out early. Lucio ult comes out to counter it. Vendetta still finds kills. JQ ult comes out. Anti's almost everybody on UNI. Doesn't matter. Vendetta's just going swinging away. Venture's trying to find her way out. It looks like Reaper goes down. The Zarya also goes down. Vendetta, Moira, and Wu Yang are up to fight. We'll see if they can turn this fight around, but I doubt it's going to... Oh, JQ's really low. They're just trying to find a way out, trying to secure some more damage. This is the last fight, unfortunately, and UNI really's got nothing to go for off of. Vendetta's going to go down here early, unfortunately. Venture does ult, finds Lucio, looks for more kills, tries to get some more. Wu Yang goes down, UNI's down 2-4. Zarya's looking for some more charge, finds the Reaper kill. Venture's still in the mix looking for some more damage, and she actually does manage to take him off point for a little bit. Genji's ult comes out, looks immediately for Moira. Moira's going to go down. Zarya and Vendetta are still just swinging away at this Genji. Maybe able to find the pick. Vendetta does find the pick, and it's just Lucio. UNI is able to turn this point around 60-99 right now. We have a swap from Venture to Echo, and we have seen Noah play this Echo many times before. I really enjoy watching it. He may be able to get a lot of value. There's a lot of cover on this map, but at the same time, there's a lot of cover for the enemy team. Zarya uses a bubble on Vendetta, trying to get some more charge and just help Vendetta get in the mix a little bit. And Vendetta's actually going to have ult coming here. Goes for the Genji, manages not to get it because it deflects. She's actually just caught out. Unfortunately, this leaves a 4v5 for UNI, but they have ults, and so does the enemy team. Moira ult comes out, trying to keep everybody up. Trying to keep Zarya. Zarya does not have much charge. She's not too much of a pressure, unfortunately. Vendetta's also going to be back in time. Echo looking for the kill on Genji. Manages to find the Reaper kill. Looks for Kiri. Oh, and Genji just deflects everything back into Echo. But Vendetta's still just... Vendetta ults. Maybe huge. Looks for more than one. Manages to land both of them. And UNI actually turns this point around for 1-0 on Busan.
That was a really good fight, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a little worried when they were at about 60% and trying to fight for that last point. Those ults really came into play at the end there.
Yeah, they sure did. That Vendetta ult hitting the Genji and JQ at the end there was really huge for UNI. I mean, Goated also putting pressure on the back line. We don't see that, Noah. Unfortunately, that fight, DeepC was just not able to get much charge. So he was just kind of, he was a tank. He was tanking, but he could not apply too much pressure. And Virtual Sin was able to take Genji off of everybody with her ult because, I mean, she just got chased down. Looks like UNI swapping off of Zarya, switching to Ramatra for this point. And it looks like there's no swaps coming from USD Rudy. Rudy, right? That's what it is?
Ruby, like the gym.
Ruby. Okay, got it. You see Ruby. Okay, Reaper does teleport behind them. Ramatra's gonna go down early in this fight. He just cannot keep through all that damage. UNI was very split there. I think there was some miscommunication there because we have two people on point while 3 people are in the mix fighting. Just a little cleanup work from UNI and they should be all right. DeepC immediately swaps to Roadhog, maybe hoping to get the one hook combo on Reaper. Looks like there's just some stagnant brawling. It looks like they're going to the left side or right side. UNI is Vendetta's fighting Reaper up on high ground. Echo is really just looking for some damage. I'm not gonna lie, I was ready for her to get hit by a train because this map does that. Vendetta is in the mix, looking for the Lucio pick. Manages not to find it, unfortunately. It's still a 4v5, but I do not think UNI wants to fight this. Unfortunately, Moira goes down, and UNI is actually just going to lose everybody here. Unfortunately, might be able to stagger Wu Yang. Wu Yang gets caught on a tree, unfortunately. That is very, very sad. Yeah, going into this match, I know UNI did mention I think Reaper and one other person were their highest ranked players, and you can tell that just going into this match because Reaper is just putting in some work on the other team. We have a McGoated switch onto his comfort pick, McCree. Genji's 1 health, manages to stay alive, unfortunately. Kiri and Genji will come out from USD Ruby. Unfortunately, UNI is going to go down again, but there is 2 ults gone for this last fight. We see Vendetta swap to Reaper here. This is another one of Alex's pretty fun characters to watch. This is his Marvel Rivals pick, where you can just walk in and be free. We'll see if that works out here. He's on 12 health going into this fight already, and he's just going to get ran down by their team. Fortunately, that does leave Reaper out of the fight for a second, though. See if UNI can capitalize on that. Wuyan comes out on Roadhog, looking to fight the JQ. JQ goes down mid-ults, but unfortunately, Reaper does pick off the Kiri. DeepSea's still looking to fight. Just hook anybody, kill anybody. Unfortunately, he does not get the one-hook combo. He's going to boop everybody off the map, maybe. Lucio's off the map. That's all that matters. Reaper and Genji are contesting the point for USD Ruby, but I don't think they're going to be able to win the fight. Yep, looks like they're not going to be able to win the fight. Roadhog does just kind of walk around the point, kills everybody, and it works.
He was able to stop 3 different ults there.
Yes,
I guess
that
the
was
Wu
huge.
angle kind of stopped the Reaper, but you get what I'm saying.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Looks like DeepSea's going up early, try to hit a hook. He misses the first one. We'll see if any more can get to land in here. Now, UNI does want to play pretty aggro here. I mean, they have a brawly comp, and Reapers manages to find a pick early. And yeah, USD Ruby is not going to want to go in on this fight at all now because, I mean, they're down 1. There's no reason to even contest. Now, the USD Ruby does switch to Ana here, which might put a little pressure on DeepSea, not being able to just walk around and hook and cook. And he goes in, looks for the pick, does not get it. Genji ults for USD Ruby. Genji's 1 health. Pagoda not able to land the last shot. Reaper does find 2 picks in the back line, both the supports actually, and that could be enough to turn this fight around. It's just Reaper and just tank Reaper on both teams, and unfortunately USD Ruby is going to come on top. And don't fret, this is just 1-to-1 UNI USD Ruby on the first point, or on the first map, Busan. You know, while UNI did not win that second map, there's a lot of good things happening on their team. What would you recommend for UNI Gold to do right now?
Honestly, I think they should keep it the same. I mean, maybe swap back to Zarya because they were very much so cooking on that first map. But other than that, I no idea.
No, I understand what you're saying, actually. Looks like they're going to stay on Roadhog here, though, and Roadhog's going to try to just look for some more easy hooks. Misses the first hook, and the enemy team's going to capitalize on this. You can see them push forward here. USD Ruby's not afraid to play aggressive with the Reaper JQ. Unfortunately, gets the hook on Reaper on the Roadhog. Manages to find Lucio in the crowd. Does go down, unfortunately. I don't think UNI's going to be able to capitalize on it, though. They're just going to get picked off 1 by 1. Unfortunately, the hook through the crowd does pay off here, but it does not win them the fight. I think Reaper had the right idea on UNI going around and trying to flush out some cooldowns, but unfortunately he couldn't just find any damage. I mean, they were on top of him immediately. He went down to like 2 health before the fighting began. Both teams are just poking around at each other. They're both close range comps, and watching them poke from afar is just pretty funny. Just a little chip damage here and there. UNI does manage to just walk to point, and I don't think this is a bad play at all, actually. Make him come to you. Reaper does get pulled in, has to use Wraith early, so he's gonna get punished very quickly for that. Roadhog's getting just absolutely toasted by everything. And yeah, Reaper goes down. I mean, they want to play Brawl, and I don't think it's possible for UNI right now. It's just, oh, manages to find the hook on Genji. Genji ults there, I think. Genji did ult there. Okay. Wait, I don't know what I'm seeing. Okay, sweet. I think I'm still lagging. All right, UNI is going to have almost every ult coming up, and we do see DeepSea swap to Orisa here. I don't think this is a bad play at all, but I still think that they're just going to have a hard time brawling. Like they have a Reaper, and Reaper's really aggro. You got to play something aggro with him. I do think switching to Zarya here would have been the better pick. A lot of this is just stagnant brawling back and forth. They find Reaper behind. They should really punish this Reaper just for being behind them. Or Genji for dashing into them like this. They actually, oh, the spear goes back at McGoden, unfortunately. Reaper ults. Orisa's pushing him out of the fight, thankfully, but it's just not going to matter. They're just going to be able to do everything here. That was a great push by Orisa, I think. It's just, it was not going to pay off. Everybody was in the mix there. And unfortunately, USD Ruby's going to take this first map in a best-of-5 series. It was a good effort by UNI here, taking the first point, but they just got cooked these next two maps, unfortunately. But let's see the play of the game, and then we might have to take a short little break while we swap maps. Yep, Reaper from USD Ruby just coming in with a play of the game here. And yeah, this alleyway, he could just feast on people. Yep. I think they know what to expect now, UNI does, going into this next series. But we'll take a short break while we swap maps. All right. Hello, hello, hello. We are back. And UNI, since they took the L in the first map, got map pick and banned Prio. So you know UNI and Stiffy or Deep Sea, Kings Row Reinhardt. You know how it is with him. I think the bans coming from both sides were a Ramacher ban from UNI and then a Baptiste ban from USD Ruby.
Look at you remember. So proud.
I'm trying my best out here, trying my best. All right. So after that first match, I mean, I think UNI is trying to regroup here. I mean, we got Noah swapped out for Potato Watch, and I think they have a good game plan going in, trying to do something. And they do have the disadvantage on being on defense first. They don't get to play the map they want. See if this Widow finds an early pick on anybody from USD Ruby. It looks like they're insta swapping. And Reinhardt's gonna do his thing as Deep Sea does, just swing his hammer. You know what I'm saying? Charges. This at the Genji does not do anything. Reaper does teleport in from USD Ruby, trying to find a pick on May. May has to use Ice Block hella early. It looks like UNI is going down. Manages to find a pick on their Reaper, but I don't think it's enough. Does find Lucio as well, but I just don't think it's enough for UNI. Gets pulled by JQ. And unfortunately, UNI is going to go down for this first fight. All right. UNI's looking to regroup here. Finds the early pick on Genji. Tries to go for Reaper. Reaper races out from USD Ruby. And Reinhardt and UNI are looking to be aggressive here. Shao comes out from JQ pretty early. And Junkrat is up top, and Reaper is trying to just fight for the glory. Reinhardt is coming up on Shatter here. He's going to be the first to get his ultimate out of everybody. And there's actually nothing to block him. We'll see if he can land a big Shatter here. He's going in for it immediately. It just gets melted immediately. Pulls back, looks for the Shatter, lands on the JQ, misses the pit unfortunately. Goes into swing, tried to look for Lucio. Is not able to find anything unfortunately. And Junkrat does go down on UNI's team. And it looks like looks like USD Ruby's gonna capitalize with the Lucio aggro ult coming out. And Stiffy's just looking to swing his hammer. Unfortunately, he's not going to find anything. What do we think's going on here, Brooke?
Honestly, I think they should have been the JQ. I'll be honest. I don't think we saw a Ramacher from the other team, did we?
No, they clarified that we didn't.
So I don't know where the Ramacher ban came from. I mean, I understand because he's playing Reinhardt, but they had a great JQ. They didn't target and ban anyone from the first team.
Yeah, I do get where you're coming from, and I think in the debrief I probably should have said something as well, but unfortunately UNI is just gonna get ran down. Reaper ult comes out, gets the Genji, but it doesn't matter at this point. They're gonna get the first point here as well. And right now I think UNI is kind of not panicking, but they're kind of just wondering, okay, what can we do differently now? I mean, they're holding W on us, and we need to either hold W back or find a way to tank down and hunker down. Reaper or Zarya bubble does come out for the Reaper. Reaper's looking for the pick on their Reaper. Genji goes up on Junkrat and actually is getting mixed. Unfortunately goes down, does trap Reaper, but it does not matter. JQ ult comes out, hits all 4 of UNI members, and unfortunately they are just gonna go down. I mean, yeah, like you said, I think banning JQ might have been the correct move, but unfortunately it's just I get where he's coming from, and I even agreed with him. Junkrat kills his own teammate, unfortunately, and UNI is not able to do anything against USD Ruby here. we know how King's Row can be. I mean, I do feel like it's hacker side. It is attacker sided at least. All right. UNI is now on attack here. They gotta prove themselves a little bit here because the enemy team has 4 minutes going into this next point. Let's see. Deep Sea does come out on JQ instead of a Reinhardt. And it looks like the enemy team comes out on Sigma. See if he's looking for an easy pick on the side here. They're playing around statue as they should. Unfortunately, Virtual Sin does go down immediately. One of the supports goes down. They're looking for the Genji in the back line. Unfortunately, Genji's just gonna get out with all that movement tech that he's got. It looks like UNI is just looking for some raw damage here, trying to farm up ultimates and maybe fight. He does have the hook on the Sigma. The Sigma's not going to get pulled that far, unfortunately. And they are diving the Cassidy on UNI's team, and unfortunately, he's going to go down. And everybody's fighting for their lives on UNI currently. Rick, take over Cassidy for a minute.
I was not expecting that. Play game, go team. This is why I'm not a caster. Looks like they're trying to get through the Reaper. He was able to escape there. May goes for Ice Block. They were able to get everyone down, unfortunately. And Ruby just gets a team kill.
Alright, I am now back. Had a quick take a quick second. Reaper's teleporting behind up top. I mean, there's got to be a way to punish this guy, right? Vendetta goes up looking for it. Sigma ult comes out from USD Ruby, and so does the Genji ult. It looks like they're just gonna slam him down to all the ultimates, unfortunately. I think UNI is kind of trying to look for answers here. I don't feel like the Brig Vendetta is gonna work against this team the way they just. Sigma pokes down with big damage, and then Reaper's just in your face. Reaper finds this early pick on Virtual Sin. Reaper's just in the UNI backline, not getting punished at all. Gets Suzu'd out. Finds the Lucio pull, JQ does. And UNI's actually turning this around if they could kill the Reaper here. Unfortunately, they do have spawn advantage, and I think Stiffy knows that. Just holds W on top of them. Brigitte ult comes out, Reaper ult comes out from USD Ruby. Manages to find a pick. Every ult's coming out. Yeah, unfortunately, that was not the play by UNI. They would cast everything while they were down 2 people. And once again, I think UNI is just flopping around trying to look for some answers here. Deep Sea switches back to Zarya. And we'll see what they can do here. Venture's going into the hotel and just going to get pieced up. Zarya goes in, tries to look for a charge, can't find much. Finds the Genji pick though. Lucio comes out from USD Ruby. It's just not going to be enough for UNI to sustain here. And yeah, UNI is going to have one more fight here to take the first objective here on King's Row. They do have ultimates here. Unfortunately, Sigma and Kiri have ult on USD Ruby's team. Alex switches back to Reaper, trying to find just some poke damage here. Doesn't get picked off, thankfully. Looks like Reapers are having a standstill match. Sigmal comes out, hits the Reaper and Brigitte. Brigitte's gonna stay alive, maybe. Unfortunately, goes down, and UNI just knows they have to use ults here with 10 seconds left. Stiffy's going in here with not too much charge, but might be able to find a pick or two. Unfortunately, goes down, and it looks like UNI is still in the fight, though. They try to find Sigma. Sigma is unfortunately stays alive, and UNI is just not going to be able to take the second map here. It's currently 0-2 with USD Rubies taking the win here on map 2. Fortunately for UNI, they still have the first map and first ban pick. But we will see. Yep, there's the Reaper again. Kind of just running around taking names here at this point. Yeah, this is where all the ults from UNI came out. Unfortunately, they just couldn't find anything. Suzu immediately destroys JQ's ult. And we will take a quick break here. All right. We are now on map 3 of this series of UNI Gold versus USD Ruby. UNI did have the map and ban Prio here as well. They picked Sarabasa for the flashpoint here, and then their first ban, I believe, was JQ from UNI, and then USD Rudy ended up banning Wu Yang. So we will see what this flashpoint has to offer. And it looks like Ruby is going for a little bit more of a poke comp, while UNI actually just wants to straight up brawl, which I like to see. We have Zarya, Vendetta, Reaper, Kiri, and Juno on UNI's team, so they literally just want to speed around and hopefully stay alive while they just brawl. Both teams are just looking for some farm. Bubble comes out, manages to find a lot of charge on Reaper for UNI, and they're going to do the same thing. Reaper's just looking to fight the Ramatra, it looks like. Vendetta goes in, is able to get out. And both teams are just at a standstill of poking each other. Unfortunately, Ruby's going to have a better time poking here with their comp versus UNI, and UNI, I think, knows that. They're just trying to set up a play here. Vendetta's actually in the mix, at least, looking for a battle. Beals gets picked off early, Juno goes down for UNI, and then Vendetta goes down for UNI, and just like UNI is not going to be able to do anything this fight. Unfortunately, UNI is also going to get really staggered here. They should have just died sooner. Actually doesn't set up too great of a position for them for this next fight. All of UNI goes down, and all of them are pretty much staggered. They have to wait for the whole team to be resurrected and spawn. I think the idea that UNI wants to do, they know what they want to do, at least. I just think the execution needs to be a little cleaner. And I also just think this poke comp is really just, they're going to just be able to poke them from afar before they can even get in, unfortunately. They do trigger overtime, but unfortunately, Vendetta's going to go down, and then Kiri's going to go down for UNI. Trying to find the pick on Lucio here, Zarya does not manage to find the pick. And unfortunately, USD Ruby's going to take this first point on the 3 maps, or on the 3 points. Surabasa. What are your thoughts, Brooke? Give me some coach's knowledge.
I feel like the comp they have is really good. They just, once again, I feel like they're all trying to do their own thing and not working as a team.
Yeah, I kind of do see that. They do find the pick on Soldier here, sorry. They're trying to fight and brawl here. It looks like, oh, Suzu comes out really early for UNI, and Ramatra capitalizes on that, just walks him down. Big Mr. Walk him down from USD Ruby. Unfortunately, UNI is going to not take this first fight for the second point. But yes, back to what you were saying, I do agree. Unfortunately, I'm not in chat to hear comms for UNI Gold, but I would love to hear the comms, because I do know there's a couple members on there who are reluctant to say a lot, which, I mean, I feel like even playing Purple today, like, everybody's just got to be chatting it up. Everybody's got to be making some type of call out. That's the only way things are done. Kiri ult comes out early for UNI. Genji ult comes out from USD Ruby in response, looking for the fight. Grab comes out from Stiffy. Suzu comes out from the enemy team. Does not find any pick with Grab, and Reaper goes down to the back line. So does Juno. This Ramatra is just walking around Zarya to get to the whole team, unfortunately. And UNI is going to lose the second fight for the second point here. And that actually might just be the whole point. We got a Kiri swap off of Moira, or Kiri swapping to Moira, and then Judo swapping to Brig here. Reaper might be able to touch point here for UNI, but I don't think it's going to be possible. Or it's not going to make it in time, unfortunately. UNI either needs to kill all these fools, or they need to just get out. I really hope... No, okay. Okay. Oh, Reaper ult does come out, actually. I was just talking to myself saying I hope the Reaper ult doesn't come out, I'm gonna be honest with you, and it did come out. I mean, I good kills with the ults, but I don't think that's worth it all. Reaper trying to deal with the Kiri from far away. And UNI is here first on the point, but I mean, I think USD Ruby's going to be there with the full team first. Those supports are lagging behind here, and Moira's actually just getting spammed down from Soldier. And Genji's in the mix. Reaper's looking to die here. Brig goes down easily. And unfortunately, Steve is going to go down with everybody else here. Reaper manages to find the Genji pick, but it's only Reaper and Moira for this point, unfortunately. UNI's looking for a regroup. They did get some percentage on the board, thankfully, before the whole team showed up, but I still think... Oh, Reaper teleports in here. Does not have Wraith up in time and just gets melted by the other team. That's a huge stagger for USD Ruby. And Reaper's still just trying to play super aggro with the teleport in and hoping to Wraith out, but he doesn't have Wraith up every single time. Reaper on UNI's team really likes to use his Wraith aggressively, which isn't always bad, but it's just not working out. He is behind, but it looks like Ramacho's gonna go in with his ults, but Moira ult comes out. Ramacho's half health. Suzu comes out from USD Ruby. Deep Sea looking to kill something, but unfortunately he's not gonna get anything because both his supports are dead immediately. They do manage, UNI does manage to take the point, but can they keep it? They are not going to be able to keep it here. And UNI, that might be it here for UNI versus USD Ruby. Yep, and UNI is not going to be able to touch here, and that's going to be a 0-3 for UNI Gold versus USD Ruby here. Not bad games overall. I just think some stuff needs a little cleanup from UNI Gold, and everything will be cleared up really nicely. Yeah, this Ramacho was just able to walk around people and just kind of poke in and get his damage everywhere. Yeah, big 5-man ult, and he just, look at his health bar. I mean, it doesn't even go below half. But otherwise, thank you all for tuning in for UNI Gold. It has been me, the Dalai Lama, and Brook Bear 3 as my color caster coming in here and there.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, that will be it. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight.
Have a good one.